Well, once again, this time, my friends, for another meet and greet. We're Southern Fried and nationwide, so hang on to your seat. Look around, here's what I found. I guess you'll never know what you'll see on the Southern Fried Podcast Show. Yeehaw!
Yeehaw! Good morning out there, Southern Fried Podcast and Cornbread Nation. We hope y'all are having a great and wonderful Wednesday. It's Hump Day. How's Dave this morning?
I'm good. Just a little tired. Been doing some extra work duty. I'm good.
Good. I have survived. I'm feeling a little better this morning.
Awesome.
Yeah.
No, you'd better been praying for you.
Well, I appreciate it. I needed it.
Hopefully by tonight, it won't be ready this morning, but hopefully by tonight we'll have a couple things in place that we can talk about. New to the program, although I do want to say we're now on Podbean. We don't, although Podbean you can go live, I think that's mainly inside of theirs, but they offer a lot of additional services for us. And it's a pretty big platform. A lot of content creators are at Podbean, so we are now on Podbean. And the little video I did with the girls about the election has just continued to make its rounds, and they are quite excited about it too, that it has called attention like that. But if you have not seen that, definitely go by and one of the streams and look at my granddaughters and their election.
Morning, Michael.
What they see about the election. It was quite funny, and we had fun doing it. We'll do more like that, and so we've been seeing exponential growth in on some of the streams. Excited about that. So getting a lot of new folks in. So well, Mike, I get it, but I'm going to tell you, I was just telling Rob, last night we hit our stride, and I really understand these guys more now. We did have a couple of idiots come in. I had to ban them, but they are they're very opinionated, but they're really good guys. And I think they finally kind of figured out. I did a little preaching last night. They pushed that button, and so I just let them have some gospel. But they're really good guys, and we really kind of hit our stride. Don't mean we might have to call the room down every once in a while, but they're very opinionated, and you are. And by the way, we'd like for you to kind of be a mod for us. We got to figure out how that works in here, but if you'd like to do that, we've talked about it, and we need mods. But you did, and don't worry, you did. And Chickbait was as well. She was in the other night, but last night they really, and I thanked them because they really have. The one guy, I really thought he was like nuts, but he really is like Storm Chaser. So he wanted to, or you know what? If he dreamed it up in his head, it would be. It doesn't matter, but I think he really is. And we had a good time last night. I come in late, and they played nice. In fact, they were calming me down because I was. Sometimes you just have that button pushed. And I knew what it was, but it was just I was laughing at them. I was really mocking them. But when when you kind of go there and you push a preacher a certain way, he's going to preach, and that's kind of sort of. I just gave him the word, so that's good too, and that's because they were trying to mock. I don't know. I want to tell you what, Steve. Who's on here, his chat, sometimes I don't put him up, but he's he really reveals a lot, and it really got serious last night talking about sin and things that happen in war, and we had a discussion about that kind of along with everything else we were talking about. So that's where we kind of that Jesus can forgive any sin, and in defense of nation wouldn't be sin anyway, and so we had a deep discussion about that last night. We also had My other Mike, I think was his name. He's a storm chaser, and he gave us information about tornadoes touching down last night in different areas, what cities they were, and it was kind of neat, to have that. I think it was in Kansas and Oklahoma or something, but he was kind of giving us updates on that. And we talked about the storm and the hurricane coming, Milton, and then ongoing damage. But if you get, I don't know if it's on the free side or not, because I'm a subscriber to Epic Times, but if you get a chance to read the Epic Times article about Asheville, North Carolina, it's I shared a lot of it last night. It's very powerful. Such as, I'll just give the highlights. There's no running water in Asheville. And this is how bad it is. As bad as you think it is, it's worse. The storm was so bad. There's no water infrastructure basically left in Asheville. Even the pipes were pushed up and they're gone in many areas. Yeah, the underground pipes. So they have no infrastructure. There's no water for toilets. There's no water for showers. These people can't take showers. They're having to bring in thousands and thousands of gallons of water a day just to be able to kind of have some water for drinking water. The medical center there said they couldn't do some procedures because they couldn't clean the utensils properly for germs.
Wow.
There's people they're having to feed 20. They're bringing in 25,000 meals a day. There are people homeless now that have never experienced homelessness in their life, and they don't know if the crime is up, looting is up. They do have some military there. There's even some police personnel from other, like from when the Epic Times was there, Louisiana. They're trying to guard people's homes. One lady, a 77-year-old retired school teacher, said, "I go to bed." She said, "There's no lights at night. She's in her place, but she said, I go to bed with my gun, a butcher knife, and wasp spray. She's worried to death. She said somebody's going to come in on her in the middle of the night." This is what these people are dealing with, and it's just horrible. They're finding bodies left and right. People on the ground said this death toll is going to go up. Now, this person may or may not know what they're talking about, but one of them said it'll be thousands, not thousands. When it's all said and done, they've got corpses stored everywhere, and they're not sharing those numbers yet because, again, identification and stuff like that. So it's really, really bad. We knew it was bad, but it's worse than that. And then we got to this F5 headed towards Florida. My gosh. But yeah, let's pray for all them.
Yes, definitely.
So there are people on the ground doing things, but there's ministries up there. There's a lot of activity, but it's going to take a long time. And as one a doctor up there said at the end of the article, this is our Katrina, and we will never fully recover from it. But too much has happened. Extremely sad.
And they're talking about, Mayor Orcus is talking about there ain't no money left for Milton and all that kind of stuff.
Well, he should be in jail anyway, my opinion.
And I'm seeing reports here that the watchdogs have come out and found more than $7 billion remain in emergency funding that could be used for natural disasters. And they've got it pushed to other places. And that's not even counting what they're giving to the illegals to get them situated. So, and this, don't even get me started on this. What's her name? Pierre. The
Good morning, Miss Cindy. How are you? You're up and at 'em on a what is today? Wednesday? I'm losing track of days. Wednesday.
Yeah.
It's one of the great co-workers of our plant. Appreciate you this morning. Hope you're having a great morning. What is that, Tony the Tiger? Great. You feel that way this morning, Rob, from the allergies? Great.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel. I feel great. But back to where I was going on there, that whole fuss she got in with Peter Ducey from Fox, because he didn't ask his question in the right way, it became misinformation. What the heck? They're saying there's no fund, but no funds to help people, and there's none of this, none of that. But there is. And now they're going to send money to Lebanon when we got people right here, like you said, that don't even have infrastructure to get water to their homes.
Yeah,
because it's all got ripped up. Yeah, that's where their priority is. It's not about America. It's about how an image that they want to portray.
yeah. It's like a war zone. It's like bombs have went off. It's yeah, and the homeless in the article, the homeless situation was bad. It was like a lot of cities, there was a lot of homeless. And where do the homeless usually kind of hang out at? They were at they were down by the river, and so a lot of those people are swept away. But they don't know where to turn. Most of the businesses are closed. But I mean, it's just really bad. But I will say this, and I shared this last night, that they have modified for I think it's 6 or 8 counties in Western North Carolina, some things about the election, and they're not all conservative counties. Buncombe County, which is where a lot of my family came through, that's actually a fairly liberal area, because you do have Asheville and stuff. So what they did is they are going to extend, I think, all the way up until the day before the election day. You can get an absentee ballot. They're trying to help people as best they can, so they can get their ballot in. I mean, kind of like being away in a war zone. They are going to change locations, because you have to have approval on that. They've made an exception for those counties. They can change locations if they need to, due to the ability to get there, whether there's power or not. For the early voting, they're going to modify the hours and everything just for those counties in Western North Carolina, and I applaud them for doing that. Voters in this situation need to be given all the opportunity they can to vote, and they're going to have to do something. I mean, here we are. I mean, early voting starts next week, man. I mean,
Yeah.
Tuesday of next week, early voting starts, and these people they're trying to survive, but they want to vote. They want to, those that are still living, they want to exercise that right. Better believe it, especially what they're seeing right now. They want to vote. So I applaud the officials for doing that. There was no partisan politics involved. They just said, this is what we're going to do. And I applaud them for it. And I would encourage extreme Eastern Tennessee to look at doing the same if they need to, around Irwin area, which is the Tennessee side, because they were very damaged as well. And but I applaud them for doing that. That way nobody loses their vote. It's
Right.
just what a mess. I mean, what a mess. And then, like I say, in Florida, we may be looking at Florida in a new way after starting tonight, because those areas got hit where they're going to get hit again. It's already a mess. We may see similar scenes. Who knows?
Well, my sister and her husband went down to Disney World right after Helene. They're stuck.
There's a mass exodus. The roads are clogged, and even if you come out, there's not a lot of hotel rooms available, because there's already people that's in hotel rooms from already previous damage.
Well, they were still there.
It's a mess.
They were still there, but they got a big discount on their room, and they did do that. They discounted the room tremendously, but they said that they're reporting. I don't know how true this is, but around that area, gas shortages. They can't gas up. And
I'm sure.
Stuck.
I'm absolutely sure of that. I've heard a little bit of that myself. Disney is not going to close till like 2:00 today. A lot of people are not happy about that. Some of the workers want them to close all day because of the storm's going to hit tonight. So,
well, yeah, people need that time.
And not just Disney. Let me not just be part of, pick on them, because there's other attractions that are closing at different times, and there's frustrations about that. And they say, look, there's a storm coming. We got to get ready too,
Why would you leave those open when people should be getting out? Why would you leave a theme park open?
I know,
when people should be leaving. That makes no sense.
Yeah, they're not having. My aunt, who lives around the Jacksonville area, she said that there's a little shift. They're now showing them just outside of the main part of that, the path of that. They're still going to get storm, obviously tropical storm, but it's shifted a little bit. Of course, you feel it's one of those things where, Rob, you've experienced this, where the storm is headed right toward you. You don't want it.
Mhm.
It shifts, but you feel bad for the people that it's now over.
Yes.
It's a happy, guilty feeling. And that's kind of what she was at last night. Like
Yeah, I was.
it's not as bad for us now, but my gosh, I'm praying for those that it is.
Yes, and see, I went through that with with Helene. I mean, that little shift, and just a little bitty shift right there toward the end, and it missed us pretty much. But man, I feel horrible for the people that it didn't miss. I wouldn't wish nothing bad on nobody. You know.
No,
Hmm.
it's there's another depression out there. They think it won't because of everything else that's going on. I think it'll de-escalate, but there is the possibility of a third storm down there. But they said
Saw that.
it would be extremely rare for this to be able to get to power and get it. But you know what? With everything that's going on, do we doubt that it could? I don't.
Oh, and even if it doesn't, it's just going to dump more rain in on that area. It's still some wind, even if it doesn't form up to a hurricane.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a mess. Poor Florida. Yeah, they're fixing to get hammered. And then poor Carolina and Eastern Tennessee and Northeastern Georgia. I mean, there's a lot of people in trouble. And after tonight, I bet you there's going to be a bunch more down there in Florida. And I'm praying for my sister and her husband. They need to, but they need to hunker down where they're at. They don't want to be stuck out there on the interstate when it hits. And the people that's out there on the interstate need to clear out. I mean, there's only really one direction to go, north. East and west ain't going to help you, or south. Or
Yeah.
depends on where you're at. I mean, there's one direction to go. So
Yeah. It's I mean, and some people just can't, due to maybe they're first responder or whatever, and they can't leave, and they work at a hospital or whatever, so they're having to just ride it out, and supplies are going to be difficult. Of course, again, federal government's going to come to the rescue, right?
yeah,
By the way, there's a guy, and I know, Mike, I'm sure you have. I think you said you had. There's a guy watching on X. I've reached out and talked to him a couple of times. I don't know him personally. He's just another good Christian guy up there. And he said that he encouraged his. Well, he taught him and his wife. I think it was his wife. He encouraged her to go ahead and do the application for the FEMA. And he said it is a long process to do the application. It takes a while. He said they went through all this. It took a long time. I don't know how. Good morning, Brother Earl. So they went through this application process. They got it done. He said they got an email back within 20 minutes of denial. 20 minutes. Denied. So even though they say, fill out the application. So when people are just going to say, forget it, you're not going to help me. And I don't know what the reason for denial was, but
I think they deny the first time every time.
They may, which
That's
is a typical government thing to do. And so these people are in the midst of all this need, and they're going through this. By the way, you have to have power, and you have to have Wi-Fi or an internet to be able to even do the application. So you battle all that, get in, spend a few hours putting this thing in, and it's detailed, my understanding, and then you get denied within 20 minutes. That's got to be heartbreaking.
Yeah, they're not even looking at it.
No, they're not looking at it. That's filtering system. No, we're not helping you.
Yeah.
The computer's telling them AI.
And let me ask you this. Most of these people, what are they going to do with $750? That's not going to, I mean, what are they going to spend it on? Everything's no power, no water.
It's a joke.
It's a joke. Why don't they take that $750 for right now and stick it in their ear and get some food and water to the people that need it and shelter and stuff like that? I mean, that's what FEMA's supposed to do. They're not an ATM.
No, I was saying last night, they're going to have to they're going to have to set up massive, maybe 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 10, or they're going to have temporary cities. And those cities are going to have the goods and services that then they're going to have to supply. They're going to have to bring in what they need in these cities. And it may be tents. It may be campers. It may, who knows what it's going to be. It may be some military can do temporary,
Yeah.
housing. I know it's not, but it's a warm bed and they'll have to feed them and they'll have to have facilities for them. These people got no homes, and there's no homes to be had. There's no, like, you can't just, there's not a bunch of homes for rent that you can go down and just, go in or even hotel rooms. They're not available. So these people they have to help these people to survive, or you know what's going to happen. People are going to leave the area. They're going to uproot. They're just going to uproot, but everybody can't do that. And you don't want to destroy the infrastructure and economy. I mean, infrastructure of people that provide services and stuff. You want your business owners and stuff to be able to rebuild, people to get their lives back on. So these people are going to stay in the area. That's their home, but they got no home. There's nowhere for them to live. They've condemned their house. They have no money. They need help. And so they're going to have military security, have to have some social security. They're going to have to keep the crime down. So these places aren't cesspools of crime, rape, murder, even that can happen. And, this is going to be ongoing for a while. It's not like, in the next couple of weeks, companies, well, they got all the power back restored to Asheville, North Carolina, all the water and all. It's not going to happen. Like I said, they have to, in the grid, they go with the most important things first, but they're going to have to provide a lot. So no more checks overseas, too bad. And let's pour into this area and give them the things that they need. Of course, I know as soon as I say that, I know I get that same response from the government: denied.
Mm-hmm. And that's another thing, Michael. I mean, they're talking about hitting the upper 30s this week. People are going to be cold. I mean, they don't have no shelter anymore. Temporary buildings, the modular type buildings that they put up for the military and stuff, they need to get them moving. They got to get these, and they're going to have to find some way to get these people out of the hills. Even though a lot of them aren't going to want to come out, a lot of them don't want to come out because what little bit they have left is theirs, and they want to protect it. I can understand that, but folks,
and some people have relocated temporarily and staying with family, and so that's where the looting's coming in. They're not there to protect their property, and in some cases there has been police presence and some military to do that, but in a lot of cases it's just too widespread. And the looters are going through and they're rifling through people's stuff and stealing and stuff. And it's just, the horrible part of humanity comes out in times like these. And there's just those kinds of people. And listen, now there may be some, Rob, they're desperate for survival. And I'm saying they may be getting, if they're stealing canned stuff to try to feed, open cans up. I don't know the situation. But they're, if somebody might be desperate to, help feed their family or something, that could be happening too. I mean, up in the hills, who knows? And what are you going to do to make sure your kid's fed? I mean, that's an age old question. I think most fathers are going to do what they got to do,
Yeah.
But they did say that you'll love this, Rob. They realized that the looting and the crime and everything, so they put a message out on their website. They put a message on their website and told people, we don't need to do that. That's not helpful. That's really going to do a lot. Let's give them a round of applause. They put out a message on their website. First of all, we're dealing with criminal activity. Secondly, if are they really at the website of FEMA or the local authorities or whoever to even read it, or would they care? But they put out a disclaimer on their website. We don't, that's not the kind of help we need. We need to all work together to get through this most difficult time. Way to go. You put out a message on your website. Yeah. That is as bad of messaging right there that I've heard in a long time.
Who's got the electricity to turn on a computer or phone?
Exactly. But you got in your little area where you've got electricity probably and some water and you're taking showers. You're putting out a message on your website. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Salute to idiocy this morning.
Maybe they'll watch it on their TV. TVs use that magical energy, I guess. I don't know.
Well, everybody's got Wi-Fi.
Yeah. All they got to do is turn on their phone that hadn't been able to charge in a week. They must have them
I just
super
can't
dogs.
imagine. I can't imagine the what they're going through. And
Hmm.
again, like we said, it's gonna get worse before it gets better, and it's just heartbreaking. You know.
This whole FEMA response has been nothing but a joke. And you'll never convince me that it's not about halfway intentional. Because most of North Carolina, especially up there in the mountains and stuff, it's conservative, and they don't care. They, like I said, they're sending money to Lebanon. They care about Lebanon and the humanitarian crisis going there, but they don't give one rip about the humanitarian crisis going on in their own country now. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Let's send money to Lebanon and send money to Ukraine. I hate to see Ukraine lose. I want to see them hold Russia off, but they're not saints either. But why are we sending money to anybody else when we have people in our own nation that are suffering, that need buildings put up, that need homes repaired? I mean, or someplace to stay for protection from the elements. They need food, they need water. Everything has been taken away from these people. Everything. And that's what, we have things like FEMA and stuff set up for. And instead they're putting illegals into taking care of them. They're taking care of everything but our people. They don't want to help our people. They want to help everybody else. And I'm sorry, illegal aliens are not our people. They are not. They have broken the law. They've come in here illegally. They're spreading around. They've got sweatshops. They got all these sex slave stuff going on. I mean, the fentanyl's pouring across our border. I mean, they're doing all this stuff, and that's the people that they're not saying all of them are like that, but some of them are. Some of them are, and
Yeah.
it's a lot higher number than what they want to put out. You know, and oh my gosh, I'm so. Why is it America last? Why do we take care of our people last? They're the dead last. I don't understand it. Well, that's part of the reasons of having a nation and a government. It's for moments like these, and they're failing
It should
completely.
be. It should be that where they come together and help their people and do the things that they need to do. But that's what it should be. I mean, there should be uh, those resources available, and uh, you may still be helping others, but you're making sure that ours are taken care of first. And I think that's gonna, we would hope that that would show up in the polls. We would hope that people remember all that. And oh, by the way, on that note, a couple things. I shared one of these last night. Our good friend George Eshelman, he's got a post on his Facebook page. The gentleman they made the movie The Keeper about, he said in 55 years, he's never had a pollster come to his house, but he did yesterday. And the pollster asked him two questions: who are you voting for, and are you voting election day or early voting? So when he said, I'm voting for President Donald J. Trump, he watched him. They had the tablet. He watched the person push the blue for Harris when he said that.
Oh my
He said, I
goodness!
saw it. He said, I saw them push that button. They already went in their second question, and he told him I think he said early voting, and they got that right. They pushed that right. And he said, I just didn't even care to say nothing because I don't care about polls anyway, because I know how they are. But ain't that amazing? So
Wow.
right there in good old Calhoun, Georgia, they got out there and out there pushing wrong data. So they could say, oh, we went out and we got us some data. It's bad
Yeah,
data.
yeah. But there again, if they can convince everybody that it's going to be a landslide for the Democrats and this and that with the polls, and then that would discourage the Republicans from getting out there and voting. Let's discourage them and let's encourage our people. When they send out all this literature for although I did get a thing on Facebook about early voting and applying for an absentee ballot. Why would they try to shove an absentee ballot down my throat? I don't want one. I mean, where is this thing? I mean, it came up right at the top too.
Yeah,
I'll go ahead
Michael.
and play it.
There's already the shelters were already filled with the animals, and it's going to get much worse. So much, much worse.
Yeah.
On that note, let's pray for the No Monkey Farm folks. They've there's a lot of activity going on down there. We'll get updated to it. Nothing on the court case, but they're doing a lot of investigating about the property and exactly how much it is. They're trying to dig in and get information about that, as well as they've been doing research on how many primate centers are in America, and they're really pushing to get some data out there. So, and they're asking for prayer. So, be praying for them. Last night was every Tuesday at 5:30. You can pray anytime. Every Tuesday at 5:30, they'll join them in prayer.
Yeah,
they're making
they're meeting
stands
up there at the square in Bainbridge, I think. Still,
yeah, they had not a lot of people coming. So, if you're in that area, I think they had 3 or 4 that came. So they should see a lot more than that.
Yes,
I know people are busy, but take time off to go pray with them.
Yeah, definitely. I know it's kind of hard for me to get there at 5:30, or I'd get up there, but I got a 30-minute drive to get there, or a ride.
Well, there's people in the area though. There's people right there in the city, right around that city that can come out.
I would like to go and support them in that.
So they go. Some of them go to the council meetings. Out there wasn't a lot of people there at that either. So they're trying to make sure they're at every council meeting they're represented and to give updates and be visible when they're in those meetings. But I'm sure they're thinking we'll just long term ride these, wear these people down and we'll get what we want and they'll go leave us alone. So that's the kind of thing they always say that just low profile it is long for a long time and watch people get busy with life. Also storms, people have got their attention on storms and stuff. You got to watch people during times when there's chaos, especially our government. It's sad to say, and it's horrible we have to say that. Watch the back door. When chaos is going on in the front door, watch the back door.
Yeah.
And on every level.
What in the world's going on now?
On every level.
Have you seen this story about this Chicago school board? The whole school board resigned over something that the mayor, I think, was trying to push in. And the mayor appointed new members. Now, the school board there is appointed by the mayor anyway. But these were people that he appointed and and couldn't push his policy. So he just, when they resigned, he pushed some more in. And I guarantee you they're going to push for him.
Let's take a quick break, Rob. We'll come back. Let's do, I don't know if you grabbed a city for shout out. I've got one. If you don't have one. And let's do a quick break if we can. I'm going to check on kiddos, or at least I need to step away. So make sure they're getting ready for school. So.
All right.
Here at the Southern Fried Podcast, we ask you to join us each Monday night for one of our very special programs, Mama Said. About 7 p.m. each Monday, we'll be talking about those things that Mama has said or does say, or that we just remember that she said for those of us who have lost our moms. Sometimes we laugh. Sometimes we think of the things that we did that made our moms mad. Sometimes we think of those things we wish we could hear Mama say again. Even when she was telling us to go get the hickory. Hey, we loved our moms, and we appreciate all the things that Mama said. This is one of the things that the Southern Fried Podcast is built its foundation on, was programs like this, Mama Said. So join us. Send us those notes of what your mama said. Maybe she said some things that are a little different than what our mom said. We'd like to include that in the program. We're thankful for our moms. God was good to us to give us the wonderful gift of moms in our life. So join us each Monday night for the Southern Fried Podcast. Very special program, Mama Said. Thank you so much for watching. Here at the Southern Fried Podcast, one of the blessed things we've been able to do is partner with the wonderful people at Animal Rescue Alliance, Inc., ARA. These folks are a no-kill shelter in Donaldsonville, Georgia. You see the contact info on the screen. And these folks would love to have you come adopt a dog or a cat. They have folks that come from all over the United States, not just the state of Georgia. They're great folks. It's been a wonderful partnership between Southern Fried Podcast and ARA. And we've been blessed to meet some of the folks that have adopted animals from ARA. Also, we've been able to encourage people to donate and volunteer. They encourage volunteers that are in the area, and they're just wonderful people. We'd love for you to contact them, meet them too, go on their website, see some of the animals, and we know you'll want to partner with them too by taking a dog or a cat to their forever home. Join with us, the Southern Fried Podcast, in support of this great work of the Animal Rescue Alliance, Inc., ARA. We know you'll be happy you did. I know we are.
Right.
And on ARA, silent auction coming up, and they've got ads out. In fact, we will start putting those. I don't think I have it in here yet, but I downloaded one of them on my phone. They have some flyers for their silent auction and some raffles. Some things are to be going on. In fact, there's some good old weapons I think they've got even. So I love it. You know where you're at when you start seeing those kinds of things. So
yeah. That's right down here in my neck of the woods.
that is coming up the end of the month.
Yeah.
I think that's the
Yep.
25th or something like that.
Well, I'm gonna have to go by and check that one out.
And they're over there. They're going to be at a place in Donaldsonville where they're holding this at. I don't remember the name of it. We'll get the information and have it by tonight.
Yeah.
But they, if you're in the area, definitely go and support. It looks like they've had some nice, some things donated.
I'm sure if you want to take some up there to donate to the silent auction, they'll still accept that. Any type of monetary donations and stuff. Let's throw that other banner up there real quick if I can find it here. Boom. There's the phone number for them. You can call them and they can get you the information on how to support them if you choose to do so. And I recommend it, especially people down in this area. They provide an important service to us, and they do good work. So y'all support them any way that you can. All right, let's see here. Boom. Let's go back to that one.
Get up, pray up, and coffee up. I'm trying to do all those in succession this morning myself. So I was trying to look up something, but also real quick this morning with all the everything else going on right in the middle of all this, the college football landscape has been changed immensely, or will be, due to court ruling that will come into effect in 2025. The covered this on our sports show and mentioned it also on another program, but it's incredible. First of all, the court cases will end. There's 3 main court cases. They will also be this is crazy money, $2.8 billion judgment the NCAA will pay. And the players that'll be eligible are players that played from 2016 and forward. And they're going to start meeting with those players to tell them how much the piece of the pie out of that $2.8 billion are going to get. The schools will now be able to pay directly to the players and still maintain amateur status and all that. They're not going to be listed as employees, but every school in Division I will have a little over $20 million to start as a cap to pay players directly. And that cap will rise some every year. This is an incredible change, and it will open the door even more in a big way. I'm not saying for or against. It's groundbreaking, and hence another reason why I think Coach Saban got out. He saw it coming. He didn't want to be a part of that.
Yeah, I'm not thinking that it's going to be NFL on college level.
That's what's going to happen.
I've been a Georgia fan my whole life, and I'm just thinking that when the NFL players started taking a knee for the anthem, I couldn't use my knees to go to the TV to change the channel. I didn't watch them, and If it's just going to be more NFL and on the college level, I'm not really interested in watching it. Still going to support Georgia. Hope they do good, but this is going to a whole level that.
By the way, another, and it's, I don't care who they play for. I'm a Georgia fan. I mean, I've got the hat on this morning, but this arrest, and we got to let the legal thing play out. But this arrest of Colby Young, the wide receiver, arrested on charges of battery and assault on an unborn child. Don't know details, but you know what? Sit the young man down, and maybe off. I don't know where that's going to go. They got to let the legal part play out. Come on, don't be beating around on a pregnant woman. I don't know details, so I'm not passing judgment yet or nothing like that. I'm just saying we've got no room for that. So I don't care what school you play for. So yeah, and Michael, on that note, there's the officials did say in that Epic Times article, the scams are out there and there are a lot of them, and so be very careful with invites through text or emails, and even because they can make themselves look like an official website. Go do a direct search if you want to give to one of the organizations and check the IP address. It will look a little funky if it's not the official. They do a mirror site and they will make it look legit. This is one of the ways they scam. A quick link. We've made it easy for you. Just click here. I would not follow any of those. I would go directly to a search and a reputable, one of the better search engines, and just check that IP address to make sure that it has all the official HTTP, whatever, / all that. Make sure that's there, and there's no extra letters in there or anything. It's a legit website, because you can imagine, Rob, the scamming that's going on right now.
Yeah. My goodness.
Almost as bad as the government does. Oh, man. I got to go back real quick. The person that put this information, I can't get past it. The person that put that information on their website to tell the people, please not steal. I just wonder how much that costs the taxpayers who have no job, no water, no power. How much do they make? And they had the nerve to get up and tell a worldwide news organization, but we put a message on our website to deter people from doing those kinds of activities. Really?
Yeah.
That was your answer? I'm just going to hope you got caught in the moment in front of the camera or microphone or whatever. I would hope that you would reword that a little bit, and let's just strike that and say we're going to put resources in the area where we have, and we will put more to protect the people. Because, Rob, that almost sounds like, we don't want you to have guns. Their guns are bad. We're going to protect you. We'll put a message on our website that says, please, Mr. Criminal, don't break into Rob and Dave's home and kill their family and steal all their things. Please don't do that. We don't need that type of activity. Well, it just makes you feel warm and fuzzy at night when you're trying to sleep in the middle of a disaster zone, don't it? Sorry, I can't get past that one. That makes me so mad.
Yeah, it's going to make me sleep real well.
I'm with the retired teacher. Gun, butcher knife, and wasp spray. I love it. They say the wasp spray. Mm-hmm. I've never been sprayed with wasp spray, but I imagine wasp spray in the eyes would be a quick deterrent. You go, ma'am. You go. I support you all the way.
Hey, and it's got a 20-foot reach on it. Some of them do, or better.
And you know what? If I lived in the area, if it was within my means at all, I would stand guard outside your home and let you get some restful sleep. I would. Mm-hmm. I promise you I would. Bless her heart. I tell you what, she sounds like the type of woman you better not mess with. I'm going to tell you what, she knows how to handle herself.
She's probably got a baseball bat or two laying around there too.
Oh, I'm sure there's more things. God bless her.
While you're laying on the ground, rolling around, screaming because you got wasp spray in your eyes, she's going to be whacking you with that baseball bat. You better not go. I guarantee you she's got a cast iron skillet.
Give me a neighbor like that, Rob. I want a neighbor like that. That's the lady I want. She's going to look out for you, and you're going to look out for her, and you don't come in our area and mess around.
I'm getting the image of the mama from Every Which Way But Loose here. Picking on a poor, helpless, defenseless old lady. You come here. Oh, yeah, but you don't want to burn your house down, Michael.
Yeah, what's left, after all the damage and stuff,
You
but
don't want to burn your
but
house down,
if you
but
were if you were outside, you
yeah,
could light it and be like a flamethrower.
Granny flamethrower.
I love it. I love it. She's the hero of the day for me. I love this lady. You know what? And I love that she put it out there like that. And God bless them for putting it down there. Come on,
Yeah.
you come in my house, you're getting gun, butcher knife, and wasp spray.
Yeah, and not necessarily in that order.
Not necessarily in that order.
But
this retired 77-year-old teacher is going to get some rest.
Yes. Oh my gosh, can you see the poor guy that goes in there and gets hit with the wasp spray? And he's laying on the ground rolling around, and you hear Granny talking. Now you come into the wrong house this time, big boy. Up, his pants are down there. She's got a butcher knife. Yeah. Oh, I think I see two of your problems right here.
It also kind of reminds me of Home Alone. They're trying to get in there and get to the kid. And they're getting beat up all along the way. She's probably got traps laid out and everything.
Oh yeah. Oh man.
Maybe I don't know. It says I didn't say anything about husband. He may be deceased, but maybe he was Marine or something, and he taught her a lot of of things, tools of the trade to deal with people. See, she's probably
Could you imagine going into Granny's house and her having claymores and everything else set up? Oh, point this way. That's right.
That's one of those when you say, "Hey, we're coming by to see you," and she says, "Call me when you get here. Don't approach, and give me about 5 minutes. I've got to set some things off, or shut them down before you come in. Be sure you call me when you get here.
Before you don't even come up on the porch without.
Yeah, don't come up on the porch."
Poor defenseless old lady out here had to take care of herself.
That's the type of lady when the officials do show up from the government. She says, "Get off my property. Leave now.
Mm-hmm.
This is my property.
Get out of here."
It reminds me of the old lady, and she was down here, and it was during the war between the states, and she was a good old Southerner lady, and there was some wounded Yankees on her porch, and she comes out, and they're appealing for help and everything, and she's like, no, you take care of them. You said, use them, brought them, and use them can take them away. But the Yankees, get out of here. They wanted her to take care of their wounded. She's not, use them, brought them, use them, take them away. Oh man, we have to have laughter. If we don't, we'll lose our sanity.
Yeah. Well, if they hadn't brought them, then there wouldn't have been no war between.
That's right. You're not supposed to be here. Go home. She is wild material. You better believe it.
Michael, we need to try to set y'all up with a blind date there. We can do it. I mean, well, not necessarily a blind date, but
she's a little older than Michael, but you know what? It's not that far much older. So and she might look at Michael like he's a younger guy. I like that. Michael could handle the wasp spray while she handles the pistol.
Or vice versa. Yeah.
I hope she's got a good old dog there too, and I hope the dog and her are well.
Oh, that dog! He probably pooped in the house once, and that took care of the dog. She don't like nobody messing with her house.
Maybe, man. I don't know.
Just saying.
I don't remember if we've done this one or not, but Rob, let me pop a city. We need to do a shout out. So hope I hadn't done this one in the state of Wyoming. Have we done Wyoming before? I can't remember. But we have 10 sleep. Now, I don't know if that means that 10 can sleep in that building there, but 10 sleep, population 304, elevation 4206. Salute to you this morning.
Like I said, I like older women with guts. Put 10 sleep back up there. I wasn't done with it. I just had to
Okay.
put it up there. I'm sorry. It just came up. They got all the 304 people in 10 sleep. They only sleep 10 people at a time there.
Oh, salute to you this morning in Wyoming. 10 sleep.
Salute.
We love you. Oh, man.
At your age, older doesn't matter.
I'm telling you, she's going to get some offers. I'm telling you, there has got to be some eligible bachelor up there. He's reading that article and he's going, man, that sounds like my kind of woman.
It sounds like a woman I could really share my teeth with. Michael, you better get on this one. You're going to have to get on her hot and heavy, and you're going to have to do it fast. Time's a wasting. You just found out about her this morning. She's been out there all day.
She done made
You're
national
gonna have
news,
to
man.
Yeah.
She might even get offers from outside the area. You know?
She might even, depending upon the shade of her house, how scared she is, she might even come to you. Just saying, protect me, big boy, protect me. And you're like, oh, protect me, lady, protect me. All right, we're glad.
Great.
I'm glad to quit picking on Michael now. It might be like, what was it in Bugs Bunny where the witch or whatever be like, oh, man.
By the way, her name is Wendy Feinberg. That is her name. She's a retired school teacher in Asheville. She don't play.
Well,
she did say she's afraid at night. I'm afraid for the others that come against her. She said, I actually own a gun. I have it loaded and sitting by my bed. I have a butcher knife and a can of wasp spray. It's totally dark and nobody's around. So just in case the looters decide to venture out, I'm there. You go. I love it.
I could see the reporters up there now. I can picture this. I can picture it. Well, last night at approximately 2:30 in the morning, someone attempted to break into the residence of Miss Feinbaum. They were found. The people were found, or the intruders were found, laid out on the ground, screaming in pain from the wasp spray in their eyes, being held at gun and knife point. Who are expected to survive.
We arrived just in time to hear her say, "Bless your heart."
They throw out there, 2 are expected to survive. And just stop there. Just stop there. They'll be like, well, how many came? How many was there?
We not only like you, Michael, we love you. We do. We do have fun.
Yes.
We appreciate you playing along with us.
I could usually, well, how many people came to her house? Only 2 are expected to survive. What's she doing to them others?
Oh, man.
When you start throwing around numbers like that, 2 expected to survive, I mean, automatically you go, well, was there 10 of them?
Yeah. Just incredible stories. But you know what? I guarantee you, a lady in the Appalachia area, she's tougher than Kamala. By the way, did you see Kamala trying to use the shovel? Dude, we have to get that video. You don't need sound. The video of her trying to use a shovel is classic. I mean, does nobody ever instruct her before she does something? She's out there shoveling. Come on. she's never picked up a shovel in her life. Making biscuits. Michael, you're killing me. Oh man, but yeah, I forget what it's for. I'm sure it's for recovery. I don't remember. I just saw the video. I'm like,
Oh, I'm looking
as
for it now.
as Trump would
It's
say,
like,
Kamala.
yeah, it's like saying "we wa hitchka." I like saying "we wa hitchka."
By the way, we have an interview coming from Wee Wahichka.
Yeah, we're planning on doing that next Tuesday from the Baptist Church there in Wee Waa Hitchcock. So we're going to try to get that done Tuesday.
We're making all kind of connections. Just stay patient. We've got some cool people we're going to be about. Some things that we're going to do is just with some stuff we're partnering with. We're working on that, some affiliate stuff, but we've got some interviews coming with some people that are doing amazing things, small business owners who they're killing it. And I love it. And we're hoping to have some of them even booked out to January because they said they're launching a website and they want to get with us during that time. And just amazing stories, amazing stories. By the way, Rob, did you know? Well, you wouldn't know because I didn't know. New to East Ridge, there is a cigar lounge. They have a room from the cigars. They have to keep them, certain humidity and all that.
Yeah.
But you can go buy your cigars. And he bought a $10 cigar. And I'm sure that was on the very low end of the scale because I didn't know this place is kind of new across from Twins Pizza or something. They told me they were showing me pictures from it, but you can now go get you a stogie and go out on the patio and have relaxing even with your friends with your favorite. I don't know if they have the Havana, but if they do, it's expensive.
All right,
I don't know the name of it. You got that video? We don't need sound. It's just watch Kamala. She's never used a shovel in her life. You could tell he's kind of somewhat used one before. She has never used a shovel, I guarantee you.
Oh my God.
So how do you use this? Get this thing away from me.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, my hands hurt. I got to reach over.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. I gotta just pull that off her. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's a message from Cook.
Man. And they say we're mean, so be it, but it's funny. Funny video, as you can tell. Like
Yes.
And really, the shovel that she had is really too long for her anyway. So somebody set her up. There could be plants within any organization. You know what I mean? So somebody got the job. Hey, we need to get her a shovel. Maybe they got them from the people there. And somebody said, "Oh, I got a shovel for her."
Well, she had her hands nowhere near far enough apart to get any kind of leverage. So she wasn't even trying. She just thought she'd just walk up and the dirt would fall in. If she touched it with the shovel, that's what she thought. She didn't know she's got to scoop and lift. You see her, she started stuttering.
And she, there's a lot of shoveling going on right now by the government. So I'll leave it at that. But that's the kind of help that's coming into Western North Carolina right there. That's the kind of help that the government's bringing.
Oh my goodness. Let's hope not. Oh my.
I hope not too. And if
you would think that administration would be wonderful with a shovel. Okay? Come on. What in the world? They ought to be experts at that and growing mushrooms because they got the right kind of fertilizer. Oh my goodness.
That's
Don't
so
get me
funny.
started on that this morning. It's early. Well, they're probably thinking now about moving to North Carolina because ain't no electricity and start growing mushrooms up there.
Oh man.
Michael, I'm not gonna put that up there. Oh, that's bad.
I found real quick, we got to go, but I found this person, they put up a picture of things that they, because of the water issue that they've done where they collect water and they built this pipe thing that comes into, they had to seal it, but they took a plastic container and they put it up above their sink and they plumbed it in so that they have levers and stuff so they can at least have water there because there's no water, and they'll
Right.
collect water and they can still like somewhat wash dishes in their hands and stuff. But that's where we're at, Rob. They're coming up with do it yourself kind of inventions because they have no idea when they're going to have water that they can
That's
use for
bad,
stuff like
bad,
this. So
bad.
they're capturing water, rainwater, and utilizing it, and building their sink is only good for drain now. By the way, I saw this too real quick. If you're in a situation, this is a pretty good little hack. Never thought about this. If you can get ice and you're going to lose power for days, put ice in your washing machine, put drinks and stuff down in there and fill it up with ice. That ice will stay cold for a good while. It's got a lid over it and everything, and then you can just drain that water out when it's melted. Pretty good little idea. You could make yourself your own little cooler there that Rob, I say would hold for a little bit. I mean, it's a metal,
Right.
some of them plastic now, but I think it would hold though. But at least you don't have to dump water out. I mean, you could just use it to when you do get power back, or you could find a way to drain it. But it's kind of neat idea. I saw a picture of it, ice down, got the drinks in there, pretty cool.
Yeah. And it's a little late now, but fill your tub up with water before it hits. And we got to wait to flush. Come in handy
Yeah,
for a while anyway. These are all temporary. They need some more than just temporary solutions. They need the federal government and the state government to get off their butts and do what needs to be done.
yeah,
They know what needs to be done. They're just not doing it. And
yeah.
they need
That's
to
right.
get to doing it. These people have suffered enough, and they suffered because of your lackadaisical attitude toward this problem and this issue. Now get off your butts and go do what needs to be done.
Yeah.
There, I'll say it. All right. Michael, it's got one last comment for Miss Feinberg.
That's right. Rest.
That's
That's
right.
rest. Let her sleep. You
That's
stand
right.
guard with the
You
wasp
stand
spray.
guard. You hold the wash spray and the guns and stuff.
She
All
might
right.
want. She might not want to turn over the wasp spray. She might want to hold on to that. Kind of, cuddle with it. You take the knife and the gun, and I'll keep the wasp spray. Later, Michael. Love you, man.
Y'all, salute. Carry on. Have a great hump day. We will see y'all back here tonight for Hump Day News. We'll probably be a little bit more silly tonight, too.
Oh,
I think
there's
we
no
all
doubt.
laugh.
It's going to be much more silly.
All right. Love y'all. Have a great day. Pray for everybody. And let's get this hump day over with. Salute.
Well, once again, it's time, my friends, for another meet and greet. We're Southern Fried and nationwide, so hang on to your seat. Look around, here's what I found. I guess you'll never know what you'll see on the Southern Fried Podcast Show.